Good evening and welcome to Panther Stadium at Ray-Pec High School in Peculiar, Missouri. Tonight's Hy-Vee High School game of the week. It's November and Missouri State playoff time. First round district action as number 23, Lee Summit North, takes on number 6, Ray-Pec. Hi everybody, Kevin Wyke along with Johnny Beck. This is the Hy-Vee High School game of the week here on Spectrum Sports. We're all bundled up. It's November and we got a playoff game here, but these teams were conference foes and they played a couple of weeks ago. Lee Summit North lost that one 35-23, but tonight's game is all the one that really matters here, Johnny, because that'll end your season if you lose tonight.
Yeah, and the coaches are telling their guys, you got to go out there, play assignment sound football. No stupid penalties, take care of the football, because if you don't win tonight, you don't get to play anymore.
Time now for the Hy-Vee player profile, and the electric running back for Lee Summit North is Keon Mosey.
And this is a kid that's one of the fastest kids you're going to see all year. He's a 4.4 guy, second in track in the 100 meters. He's a guy that's going to do it in the receiving game, obviously the rushing game, and in the return game as well.
And he's headed to K-State. This wide receiver is headed to KU. That is Luke Grimm for Ray-Pec.
So you got a kid going to KU, a kid going to K-State. Those two teams match up tomorrow, but Luke Grimm's very similar to Mosey. He's going to be an impact player. He's going to be able to get going in the rushing game and in the receiving game. He's a tough kid as well.
Round 2, Lee Summit North and Ray-Pec. It's a district game. It's the Hy-Vee High School game of the week. And we're back with the opening kickoff after this timeout. We're at Panther Stadium. Temperatures in the upper 40s as we go down on the field for the opening coin toss with your referee, Phil Stompoli.
To identify anybody out on the field that is injured that we don't see or the sideline doesn't see. Okay, there may be somebody that got a stinger or something. They didn't see it or we didn't see it. If you think somebody needs some medical attention, you get to one of us and we're getting looked at. The other thing is sportsmanship. You guys are captains for a reason. You're the leaders of your teams. And I expect you to take care of the sportsmanship issues. I expect you to be sure that everything that goes back and forth is sportsmanlike. I expect you, if you've got a teammate that's getting upset, to get him calmed down so we don't have to. Because if we have to, you're not going to like it. Okay? I want to count on you to do that, all right? Any questions, coaches? That's all I have. Okay, you guys are the visitor. That's the silver dollar. That's the tail and the head. Who's going to call it? What? Oh, you're going to call it. Tell me what's wrong, head or tails? Tails, he said. If I drop this, we're going to flip it again. What do you say? Tails. He said tails. It is a tail. I can see it. Yeah, it's a tail. You guys are going to talk. You want to receive? Okay, you guys put your backs over there. Put your backs over here.
Lee Summit North has won the toss and elected to receive.
So Lee Summit North at 5-4 won the coin toss, and they will receive the opening kickoff. And the Broncos are coached by Jamar Mosey. Jamar in his 5th year, former Blue Springs star running back, went to Oklahoma, finished his college career at Nicholls State in Louisiana. And of course last year he won a conference crown as his team went 9-3, and they swept Ray-Pec last year as they won this game in 2018. And the veteran head coach on the sidelines for Ray-Pec is Tom Cruise in his 20th year, all-time winner at Ray-Pec High School. Went to Ray-Pec High School, played quarterback back in his high school days. And he is also the athletic director of the school. Gabe Sappington about to put it on the tee and get this game underway.
Got a little bit of wind here behind the back, about a 10-15 mile an hour northerly wind, so looks like that'll play a little bit of factor in the kicking game.
On the return will be Keon Mosey, and he does not get even close to the 20-yard line. Great special teams work by the Ray-Pec Panthers, who come in at 7-2. They'll play a 4-3 defense. And Ray-Pec will play a spread multi-set offense. You might see a little pistol. They run it about 60% of the time. Their quarterback is Carlton Perkins. He is more of a thrower than a runner. Given off to Mosey, and he is blown up. Tackle for a loss. And that is Parker Bowen with the TFL as we take a look at your starting lineups. Brought to you by Concord Career College. And you can start your healthcare career in months, not years. To find out more, visit concord.edu. So the guys up front. Taylor's been the top offensive lineman. Mosey has 4 100-yard games, and Muckey leads them in catches and yards.
You saw in that first play there, Ray Peck does a good job getting penetration in the backfield, making that stop behind the line of scrimmage.
Perkins gonna throw, intercepted, stepping in front, and getting a pick six is Jack Ardito, the free safety. And an early non-offensive touchdown for Ray Peck. And they lead it 6-0.
Yeah, it looked like block may have slipped coming out of that route. Hard to tell. Now the throw just kind of took it inside there, but block's got to try and get that ball batted down. Try and force a third down, but instead, touchdown Ray Peck.
Ardito, just a sophomore, with his first interception of the year, and it's a big one. In a first-round district game. And I bring up the non-offensive touchdowns because Ray Peck scored 2 of them the last time they played Lee Summit North, and they went on to win 35-23 in Week 8. Here's Sappington with the extra point try. Grimm is your holder. And it is no good.
Kick is no good.
Looked like there was a little contact on the kicker there, but no penalty flag thrown.
Yeah, Sappington is a little shaken up as he comes back to pick off the football.
Lee Summit North 0.
Going back here, you see Perkins just kind of lock in, and Ardito does a good job at jumping that route.
We would like to say thank you to Sonic for tonight's generous.
And you talked about the 2 non-offensive touchdowns in the last matchup, so I'm sure that was something that these Lee Summit North coaches were talking to their team about, not giving those up, but got to be able to move on from that in the first 30 minutes of the game. So got to have a short memory, get back out on the field, drive down the field here.
The 2 non-offensive touchdowns by Ray Peck were punt blocks that resulted in touchdowns. It's pretty rare you see a punt block for a touchdown. 1 of them, 2. It's got to be a 2% chance you get that done. I asked Coach Cruz, who's coached for almost 30 years, have you ever had that happen? He said, nope, that was the first game that's ever happened. As here's Sappington with the run-up. And this one, he is not going to let them return it. Bombs it past the end zone, and it'll be a touchback at the 20-yard line. So Perkins, who's now thrown 5 interceptions, has to bounce back here, Johnny. And talking to Coach Mosey, he said if this guy is accurate, we'll be in good shape. So they need him to get his accuracy going and get Mosey going and Shaw going. Here's Miles Shaw. He's back after an injury, and he runs for a first down across the 30-yard line. This guy was fighting an ankle problem, but they've got him back to almost 100%, and he showed good burst on the first down run.
Yeah, just a simple zone play right there. Good job up front by the Lee Summit North offensive line creating that hole. Big first down pickup after the turnover to get this drive going for the North.
Mosey. And he gets up near the 38 as we continue with your Concord Career College starting lineups. And these are the guys on the defensive line. George leads them in sacks. Sutherland is their leading tackler as far as the linebackers, and Griffin has 3 INTs in their secondary. Sean Martin is the defensive coordinator. Running play across the 40-yard line for a limited gain by Miles Shaw. So we're going to see Shaw, Johnny, and Mosey, but coaching staff said we got to get Mosey more touches. He didn't feel like they gave him enough touches in that 12-point loss in Week 8.
Well, this is an explosive Ray Peck offense, so as much as you can keep that offense on the sideline by running the football and keeping the clock in your favor, I think North will have the advantage. You see the last couple plays, they've kept the ball on the ground and done a good job picking up 2 first downs.
First and 10, quarterback his throws, and the ball is deflected, nearly intercepted by Graham Sutherland, the Mike linebacker for Ray Peck.
So Sutherland just kind of found his zone there, almost steps in front and picks that ball off. Pressure right there by Shealy off the edge, forcing Perkins to get rid of that football a little bit quicker than what he would have liked to.
Sutherland is their leading tackler and leads the team in tackles for a loss. He is a Division II prospect, according to his coaches.
Got Mosey lining up in the backfield on this play.
Give it off to Mosey. Good footwork. And he's across the 45 to the 46-yard line. He is headed to Kansas State. And I said, what are they recruiting him as? They said as an athlete. Johnny, explain what that means when they recruit you as an athlete.
Well, I think that's, a testament that, he can play either side of the ball. He can play outside. He can play the slot, play running back. And you're seeing a lot more of those dynamic players. Tyreek Hill's a guy that played running back a lot in college, returned kicks and punts. But now he's a star in the NFL playing wide receiver. So, you just go where the coaches tell you, and they're going to put you in the best spot to be successful.
3rd down and 6. Rolling and throwing to Shaw, makes the catch, and he's a little bit short of the first down. Nice tackle by Parker Bowen, so it'll be 4th down.
And Bowen did a good job of making that open field tackle. Looks like they're just going to be about a half-yard short here, but good job of stopping him short. Looks like Lee Summit North's going to keep their offense on the field.
On 4th down, Mosey stepping to the outside, and here's the speed. 2nd fastest man in the state, as he got 2nd in the 100-meter dash at the Missouri State track meet, and he runs for a big first down on a 4th down and short play.
You see Mosey here, he's patient, and then the vision to break it outside. All he had to pick up was a yard, but turns it into a big gain right there. First down for Lee Summit North, keeping this drive moving.
26 yards on the run by Mosey, who's just shy of 1,000. Now keep in mind, he had a midseason ankle injury where he missed 1 complete game and was limited in another game for a half. This guy was 2nd team all-conference. As here's Shaw trying to get outside, and Jackson Hilzeback, the strong safety, did a good job of sealing the edge.
And that time they lined Mosey out at the slot and ran Miles Shaw in the backfield. So they're going to put Mosey in different positions, and if you're on that Ray Peck defense, you're making sure you've got 2 or 3 guys always knowing where he's lining up.
Broncos average 23 points per game, 279 yards per game as far as an offense. They've scored 26 touchdowns. Facing 2nd down and 9. Motion by Shaw. Perkins stepping up, throwing low, incomplete for Adrian Block, the tight end.
He had Block open. Just got to get that ball up a little bit.
Jack Ardillo providing the coverage for the Panthers. It'll be 3rd.
Oh, it's interesting, Johnny, that the game on Week 8 started with a defensive touchdown by Lee Summit North. They were leading 7-0, and 28 unanswered points by Ray Peck. But getting points on this drive would be crucial to the confidence of this team as Perkins rolling on 3rd down and long, throwing to the end zone, too tall, incomplete, as that one was targeting Jaden Moore, and it'll be 4th down and long.
And Moore's a guy you can throw the ball up to. He's got that athleticism to go get that, but Perkins just threw it a little bit too high. Wasn't able to get his feet set throwing the ball on the run. It's a tough throw, but you saw Jaden Moore kind of using his body there like he was boxing somebody out for a rebound.
Devin DeRose, senior kicker. As long as 42, this will be from 40. And against the wind, it comes up just short, no good.
And you kind of saw the fast spin on the ball, meaning you got under it a little bit. That's definitely not going to help when kicking into the wind, but I'll give Lee Summit North a lot of credit for marching that down there.
Once again, the wind picked up right before game time out of the north, and he was kicking against the wind. He's now 7 for 10 on field goal attempts. He's been perfect on PATs. Shows a strong leg. And turn over the football back to Ray Peck. It'll be from the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. As they'll throw it to Grimm. Grimm back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And just like we were talking about with the Ray Peck defense, the Lee Summit North defense, they're going to make sure they know where Luke Grimm is at all times. Right there he goes in motion. And just make sure that they're staying disciplined on that side. As they're going to try to get the ball in Grimm's hand as much as they can, and he's a guy that can take it to the house. So got to make sure you're always knowing where he's lined up.
First team all-league last year. Early movement. As we continue with your Concord Career College starting lineups. Defensive penalty. Guys up front. Hatfield and Baird, their top returners. Shanklin, 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns on the year, is their top running back. And their top wide receiver we talked about in the open is Luke Grimm, headed to KU. Running play. This is Philip Fager. We'll also see him in the backfield. Just shy of the 30-yard line. As we take a look at your defensive starters for the Broncos, they play a 3-4. Their defensive coordinator is former Park Hill South coach Mark Simcox. And McGee, their top guys on the defensive line. Also Fisher having a great year. Gaskin leads them in total tackles, the linebacker. And in their secondary, Ross has 4 INTs on 3rd down and short play. Panthers keep it on the ground with their quarterback, the big guy, Conrad Hawley, at 6'5", and he just needs to lay down, and he gets the 1st down. He's that tall.
And that's the luxury of having a big quarterback like that on those quarterback sneaks, is you just kind of fall forward. You got to make sure that you get low enough and keep that pile moving, but Hawley does a good job falling forward and keeping this drive moving by picking up that 1st down.
This is their double wide, double slot. Pitch it out, and not much doing for Fager. Yes. Coming in and putting a pop on him was Keenan Gaskin, who has just shy of 100 total tackles. Also Raheem Fisher, who they say is their most improved defender. Got a piece of number 6 as well.
Well, Block does a good job there on the edge, setting that edge and forcing the running back to the outside. So he's a guy that's going to be playing both ways tonight.
See Shanklin in the backfield. As the pass caught by Grimm, and a nifty move on the sidelines, and that's why he's D1, folks, as he runs for a 1st down out across the 45. This guy's a big-time player. Watch the move in space here, Johnny.
Yeah, and a lot of times guys will take their eyes off the ball and end up dropping that, but he knew exactly what he was going to do when he caught that ball, secured the catch, Made the first guy miss, pick up big yardage after that.
From the 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Holly getting D1 looks himself. 14 touchdowns, only 4 INTs. They all came in one game, a loss to Park Hill. Here's Shanklin. And Shanklin has a bad left hand, has a hand injury. He's a hard runner, and he paid for it on that one as he was finally bounced out by Hunter Ross.
Big run by there, but you see Luke Grimm kind of staying patient and not going to call it a crackback, but does a good job of making sure that the defender's
Officially a gain of 4. It'll be second.
defender's chest is what you were making contact with and not get one of those block in the back. So we've seen Grimm do it a couple ways tonight, and that's obviously something at the next level that they're going to be working with him if he stays at the wide receiver position, is being able to block those guys on the outside.
So Shanklin playing with the broken hand on his left hand in a cast. He's out there. I mentioned he's a 1,000-yard rusher. Pass deflects, incomplete, as that was targeting Peyton Ball on the slant, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down and 6 facing the Panthers.
See Holly doing a good job of putting that ball right on the spot. Just kind of slips through the hands there. I'm sure Holly's just telling him in the huddle, make sure you're ready the next time. I'm going to come right back to you. We've been doing this all year long. Let's get that next one.
Draw play. Shanklin running in his own man, keeping his balance, but does not get the first down as he's a little bit short. As the outside linebacker, Jerron Cole, making the stop here.
And Gaskin shoots in there, just not able to bring down the running back in the backfield. Does enough, though, to slow him down. Forcing a 4th down and short here for Ray Peck.
Punt team out there. Well, not quite. Now they have their entire punt team out.
See if they try and draw him off sides here.
Sappington is their punter. Sends a runner down the field. See if they can down it inside the 10. And it looks like they did. Once again, if you're seeing players in the end zone and flipping it back, that's okay. It's a different rule for high school than it is for college and the NFL, and a nice special teams play for Ray Peck.
Well, and that's good IQ right there, knowing you could do that. Trying to get on the backside of the ball there. And
see, Gunnar Griffin is in the end zone, but he keeps the ball out of the end zone, and that's a heady play by the defensive back. And that's where it'll be, right at the 1-yard line for the offense for Lee Summit North. The Broncos trailing 6-0 here late in the first quarter. It's a pick 6 by Ray Peck. They're scoring thus far.
And that's great execution by the punt team. Obviously, when you're sending your punt team out, you hear a lot of groans in the stands. Everybody wants them to go for it, but right there it works out perfect for Ray Peck.
We go Wildcat with Mosey, and we got flags as the ball is snapped.
Penalty prior to the play.
I'm not sure this penalty is going to move the ball very much, but either how, they're still going to throw the flag.
So half the distance on Coach Mosey's team.
First down. First down.
Once again, they're setting up a Wildcat and trying to avoid a safety here. Johnny is just going to have to snap it back to Mosey or Shaw. One of the two. Their two running backs are in the backfield. They'll give it off to Shaw. And not much doing as Hilzebeck making the stop. The strong safety. Say a Division II prospect.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of daylight. Hilzenbeck does a good job of coming and filling that. And like he had a little bit of help up front there by Ethan George. Looks like Lee Summit North just gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd down and a full 10 yards here.
This defense only gives up 16 points per game. They've had 2 shutouts, 13 takeaways, and Mosey, a little crease across the 5, and then he's flung ahead near the 10 by Parker Bowen, the Sam linebacker.
Yeah, that play could have ended up a safety. Good job by Mosey handling that snap and then getting going in the right direction. You don't have any time to sit back there and try and find a hole. You're just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he gets him close to a 1st down. This would be a huge 1st down pickup for Lee Summit North if they can convert here on 3rd and short. Play clock approaching 10 seconds, so they've got plenty of time.
Third down and short. Here's Mosey. Flag is down. He has the 1st down across the 15, but could be coming back.
Looks like it's going to be a hold on the perimeter there.
Tight end is holding Adrian Block.
And Block's just got to do a better job of using his feet and getting that outside leverage and trying to wash him to the inside rather than just trying to get that arm out there. It's called for the hold right there. Still a manageable 3rd down situation here, so we'll see if Lee Summit North can pick this up.
Quarterback is back out there. And now we've got whistles. And we're going to get a timeout for North as Jamar Mosey works with the offense. Jason Rogers is their offensive coordinator.
Well, right here, if you're Lee Summit North, got to make sure you take care of the football. You don't want another turnover here inside Ray-Pec's side of the field. So we'll see if they elect to put the ball in the air or keep it on the ground. They've had success on the ground all night long. They can just keep that going.
Congratulations to Coach Jim Brown and our Ray-Pec softball team.
Well, a big play early on by the Panther defense, Johnny.
Yeah, and you see Perkins right there just kind of look at Block and not able to put that ball in his hands. Ardito does a good job of jumping in front. You talked about his 1st interception of the year. What a good time to record your 1st one in the opening round of the playoffs. Take it in for the pick 6 and kind of set the tone early for this Ray-Pec team.
This is a young defense. They have had a very good year. They're +5 in the turnover ratio. Now +6 with that Ardito pick. Out of the timeout, it'll be 3rd down and 6. Throwing out of his end zone is Perkins, has his man. Nice catch by Adrian Block. And that'll be a 1st down. So he redeemed himself, Johnny.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. What better way to shake off that holding penalty than pick up the 1st down on the catch? And he looks to be one of the favorite targets tonight for Perkins, and we'll be calling his name a few more times, but you feel good when a guy's able to redeem himself like that.
His 9th catch of the year. He has 1 receiving touchdown. And another flag is down after a short gain on the running play by Miles Shaw. Chop block whistled on North.
It's hard to tell who the flag is on, but either way, it's going to take them back inside the 15-yard line.
It'll be first and 19 for the Broncos.
I think that's what they're signaling. The player was engaged by another player, and the other guy kind of dove toward his legs.
Hard to tell if he lost his footing or what the case was.
This is Mosey, and he's up to the 15-yard line. You're wondering, he is not Jamar Mosey's son, but he is related to Jamar. He is his nephew. It's Jamar's brother's son. And there's another
I'm sure he coaches
Mosey
him.
coming up, Elijah as well. So
I'm sure he coaches him like his son, though. I'm sure he, puts a lot on his plate as kind of the go-to guy on this offense.
saw Jamar's son, Isaiah. He's 12 now. He plays tackle football. He's like a good player. Future as this pass is caught by Logan Muckey, and he's hit immediately across the 20-yard line.
Good concentration there by Muckey.
It's a tough catch, as he was belted right after he brought it in. So it still leaves them at 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 10. As we'll get a timeout for Lee Summit North. Is that trying to take advantage of that north wind that's picked up right at game time?
Well, I was just wondering why they would have called a timeout, but I think you're right because you got 12 seconds left in the quarter, so you can get a stop here. You're forcing Lee Summit North. And that wind's still howling. I'm not sure it's going to settle down at all, so good strategy there if Lee Summit North's not able to pick up the first down.
So they want to get a 3rd down stop, make them punt against the wind. And, no, it's kind of a weird weather situation. It was a beautiful evening, temperatures in the 50s. And then right before game time, about 15 minutes before game time, that wind started blowing out of the north about 10, 20 miles an hour. And it got colder.
We about lost your player chart.
Yeah, that was blowing down the track, yeah. Ended up way down there in lane 6. Up against a fence. 3rd down and long. Perkins hit as he throws and over the head of Mosey, incomplete. Good coverage in the secondary by the Panthers, so let's see how the wind affects this throw. Well, that's my notes here. Yeah, that's yeah. Somebody has to help us out there as we're doing the open. The guy Sherman there helped us out there, bringing it back. There he is, working the sidelines. Giving you all the sounds on the sidelines.
He told me he doesn't listen to the broadcast. He likes to hear the hitting down there, so I don't think he's hearing us right now.
Yeah, I imagine there's...
But that timeout for Ray-Pac's going to end up paying off here.
As they'll punt against the wind with Devin DeRoche. Remember, they blocked 2 for touchdowns. This time they'll get it away. And this one off the side of his foot. It's profitable as they'll have it at the 22-yard line. So it'll go as a 1-yard punt. And off the side of DeRoche's foot. I'm sure the wind was knocking that ball down as it was a shank.
Well, you know, it's going to affect it in the air, but it also affects the drop as well. So that ball can get moved on your foot, and it looked like that ball just got pushed to the outside of his shoe and just comes off the side there. And that timeout's lingering right there. It could turn into points here for Ray-Pac. And got 1 second left on the clock here in this quarter.
Short field, Holly gonna throw, and he finds Grimm, who can't hold on, incomplete. Looked like Grimm was starting his move before he even had the football. He's getting his feet all positioned to juke everybody, and he never made the catch.
Yeah, and that throw was from across the field, so almost threw his timing off a little bit. He's just trying to do a good job of coming back to the football and took his eyes off there at the last second.
End of the first quarter on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports. Ray-Pec leads it 6-0. Ready for the start of the second quarter on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Kevin White, Johnny Beck, and our entire Spectrum Sports broadcasting crew. First round Missouri District action in the Class 6 District 4. The 3 seed, Ray-Pec, playing host to the 6 seed of Lee Summit North, as this running play does not do much for Shanklin, and a flag is down as well. He has the bad hand now. He's going to check out his
face mask against the Broncos.
little gimpy is Shanklin as the penalty goes on the North defense. Face mask.
Yeah, it just looks like he got a little bit of the face mask there, trying to grab the shoulder pad. McGee on the infraction, which
second down and 5 in the red zone for Ray-Pec. And McGee redeeming himself. The 4-year starter headed to Missouri State. He'll get credit for a tackle for a loss.
And you see McGee doing a good job there on the right side of the offensive line, just kind of washes down on the other side and ends up with the tackle for loss, forcing a third and about 7 yards, it looks like.
Got a little brother, Jaden, who's a sophomore. We'll see him on the defensive line tonight.
You got Grimm on the bottom of your screen here.
On third down and 7, they go to Grimm on the sidelines. The reaching catch is good for a first down, 1st and goal. What a play by Grimm.
Well, what a great, well, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of...
And now a fight breaks out after the play, and Grimm has to grab his right guard. His Major Lofton is major mad right now, but we have to sort out the penalty, as Grimm had the first down with the catch inside the 10, but then this is a post-play penalty on Ray-Pec, or maybe we'll have offsetting calls here as Phil Stompoli goes through the details with his officiating crew.
Some penalties here in the first 16 minutes of the game.
How about this catch, though, Johnny?
Yeah, Grimm's doing a good job of giving his quarterback that outside target. See Grimm kind of working the outside shoulder of the cornerback. Just kind of reverse pivots there, uses his body, and does a good job of securing that catch on the sideline, picking up that first down.
And now we're seeing some scolding of the Ray-Pec sideline as Coach Stompoli, Coach Cruz is talking with the officiating crew. Phil Stompoli is still working the details. So it is going to be offsetting. So Ray-Pec, I think, kind of dodged a bullet there as
well, and Grimm's telling him, I tried to get him away.
Grimm gets credit for a tackle on his offensive lineman.
Well, when you're this close to the end zone, you can't have any of those costly penalties. Like you said, looks like Ray-Pec dodged that.
So on the 9-yard line, 1st and goal. And here's Shanklin. Nice play by Jerron Cole, who wants to be a Navy SEAL someday. That's what he wants to do as a future career. And this guy leads the team in tackles for a loss, sacks. He's one of the top in the state of Missouri. Hurries and fumbles caused. This is a tough kid. We wish him all the best. Love to have this guy on our side. Only a gain of 1. Second down and goal. Here's Shanklin again, and again, say hello to Jerron Cole, the senior outside backer for North.
Yeah, and he wasn't fooled on that play.
Loss of 3. It'll be 3rd and goal for the Panthers at the 11-yard
Just kind of comes off the edge there. Does a good job of not trying to get to the ball carrier too fast. Lets that ball carrier kind of come to him.
He was a safety last year. They moved him up, play him at outside linebacker. He's having a huge year.
Yeah, you can see his playmaking capabilities, and you just read off the season stats.
On 3rd down and goal, Holly stepping up and tracked down from behind. Nice play by Mark McGee. As Holly saw a little crease there, but the big guy McGee headed to Missouri State, tracked him down. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and Lee Summit North brings the heat off the outside, forces Holly back up the middle, and there's McGee chasing down Holly from behind. Good job by this Lee Summit North defense forcing the field goal attempt. Remember, the extra point was missed in the first quarter, so see if they can get points on the board here.
Gabe Sappington, 7 for 12, a long of 37, and some early movement as Grimm, their top playmaker, is also their holder.
Almost like he was trying to time that snap to get a little bit of a push to see if he can get his hands up. Instead, he's going to give Ray Peck another field goal opportunity here, just 5 yards closer. But you see Luke Grimm, he sees that penalty. He tries to get up and take it to the end zone.
Why not?
I'll show you the heads-up play right there.
We're going to spot this as a 21-yard attempt. Sappington's brother James is a tight end at Murray State. He also kicked, played at Ray Peck. High snap, brought down, and no good. So Sappington's night continues to be poor as he's missed a PAT and now missed a field goal. So they get in the red zone and come up empty, and once again that wind blowing out of the north, and Sappington was kicking against it, but I think the snap.
Yeah, I think the snap forced Grimm off his spot, and you know, that's the hardest thing when you stand up and you're trying to put that ball back down exactly where that kicker wants it. Yeah, you know, in high school you can use a kicking block, and that makes it a little bit easier. So right there you see the disadvantage of not using a kicking block.
So from the 20, 1st and 10, empty set up the screen, and it's intercepted. And that's Aaron Barnhill, the linebacker, with the second interception by the Panthers in this game. And what a big defensive play by Aaron Barnhill, the junior linebacker for the Panthers.
And you see Perkins is looking to his right like they're trying to set up a screen, and then goes back on the other side. Never really even sees the defender right there, but good job by Barnhill again, just jumping that route, understanding what the circumstances are.
Well, they're trying to set up a screen, and Barnhill gets his first interception and gets the turnover chain to boot. As now that's 2 interceptions thrown by Perkins. One was a pick 6. This one will give them great field position as we get a timeout by North.
I think that was Hembry.
Oh, check that, Hembry. I beg your pardon. The Will linebacker, Hembry. So Gavin Hembry, who's the Will linebacker, his second interception. And he's getting congratulated on the sidelines.
this Lee Summit North defense. Can't make a stand again. Kind of had their backs against the wall all game. Only surrendered the 6 points. That wasn't even on them, so technically they haven't surrendered any points.
15 takeaways. And now +7 in turnover ratio is Ray Peck after the Hembree interception. Shanklin to the left of the quarterback. Holly in the red zone after the Hembree pick. See if they can take advantage. They'll throw to the end zone, and the catch is made. Touchdown. That is Tucker Miller, the tight end. Nice catch by the sophomore tight end for the Panthers.
Yeah, good job in the backfield there, allowing Holly to put that ball on. Like Lee Summit North got a little bit of pressure. But Holly throws that ball up to his big tight end. Tucker Miller plays tip drill a little bit, but ends up getting the touchdown there. One play, one score. Puts Ray Peck up 2 scores here.
His father is the principal at Ray Peck, Stephen Miller. And they will go for a 2-point conversion after the PAT miss to try to make it 14-0 as Holly throwing, and he has his man on the slant. That is Peyton Ball. 2-point conversion, Ray Peck. So they take advantage of the Hembree interception as they get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, lead it 14-0, 8.5 to go before Hy-Vee at the half.
Going back to this touchdown pass we talked about, great job right there picking up that block, and that's Cole, who's been in the backfield all night long, but Holly does a good job of putting that ball where his tight end could go get it, and then right here he just zips that ball into coverage. Nothing Ray Peck, and got to give a lot of credit to that Lee Summit North defense, but you know, at some point when you're out there as much as you are, you're going to give up some points, especially to this high-powered offense that Ray Peck has.
Ray Peck averaging 33 points per game. It's been their defense. 2 interceptions. One was a pick 6, and then Hembree set him up at the doorstep. Play later, they're in the end zone, had a 2-point conversion, and looking good at 14-0 in the second quarter as Sappington, kicking against the wind, keeps it down low. Mosey will run it out from the 1-yard line. It stayed in the field of play, and Mosey has the kicker to beat. Sappington can't make the stop, and then he's tackled at the 50-yard line. So a 50-yard return after it looked pretty bad for Keon there. As you know, usually, Johnny, when you're scuffling around with the ball at the 1-yard line, you're in big trouble here, but Keon makes it work.
Yeah, and sometimes when that kick squib down there, guys get out of their lane assignments, and right there, you see the athletic ability of Mosey. He doesn't panic, just picks that ball up, tries to get what he can, and turns it into a big return. And now Lee Summit North, see if they can't do something with this good field position here.
That was Reese Teal on the special teams saving stop for the Ray Peck Panthers from the 50, 1st and 10, Miles Shaw. And Shaw, good run, about 6 yards on the first down play. Shaw is also a track guy, good receiver, and showed good burst here to get 6 on the first down run.
Yeah, and you just said it, the burst that once he sees daylight and then puts those shoulder pads down and picks up an extra 2 or 3 yards. Good run on first down.
Check him, check him, check him. 31, 31, 31, 31.
Shaw again. Shaw close to the first down, maybe a yard shy of it. He's been battling an ankle injury, but he's back to health. We'll see Shaw and Mosey run the football.
It's a good little combo they have, especially you could put Mosey anywhere on the field and put Shaw in the backfield. No, you're not really going to have a drop off at that running back position.
3rd down and short. Motion by the tight end block. Perkins throwing behind Mosey, incomplete, and it'll be 4th down.
He had Mosey out there in the flat.
Martwan Grant had the coverage. Quarterback coming over to talk to the offensive coaches.
And right there, you got to make sure you lead your receiver. Looks like Perkins maybe thought that Mosey was going to break the route off and just kind of sit there in the zone, but it's going to force the 4th and short here. And Lee Summit North hasn't had trouble moving the ball on the ground, so we'll see what they like to do on 4th down.
And it's Mosey for the 1st down as he's inside the 40-yard line. This guy is a prolific track athlete. Of course, Lee Summit North has been very good in track. 2018, they were the state champions as a team. This guy got 2nd in the 100. Last spring, they were 2nd as a team, and he got 2nd again in the 100. And this guy runs 10.5 in the 100, so he's got great speed, does Mosey. That's why he is headed to Kansas State. 1st and 10 for the offense. Here's Mosey. Mosey with a nice run, just kind of weaving his way to the 31-yard line, a gain of 7.
Yeah, and you like his patience and vision as he kind of allows his guys up front to set their blocks up and just kind of works around it. You know, does a good job of securing the football and staying low. That's one thing, you know, these guys that pick up those extra yards, they do a good job of staying low and keeping their momentum going forward.
Shaw to the short side of the field. He's got the 1st down and more to the 25-yard line.
So you see right there, you know, Mosey gets the carry the play before, and there's no drop off with Shaw. I mean, he's hitting that hole full speed. And, you know, that's the luxury you have when you got 2 good running backs. I'd like to see North continue to run that football as they really only stopped themselves tonight. Clock moving inside 6 minutes, so there's plenty of time here, and they'd probably like to keep their offense on the field and give that defensive side a break a little bit.
How big would points be here for North? Get them right back in the game. Here's Mosey. Down the sidelines, Keon Mosey into the end zone. Touchdown, Lee Summit North. 25-yard run by Keon Mosey as he tight-roped the sidelines, used that great speed, and gets the Broncos on the board here late in the 2nd quarter.
Good job on the perimeter by the Lee Summit North wide receivers. Allow Mosey to break that run all the way down the sideline, but you know, we just talked about the patience and the vision, and right there you see the speed burst as well, and that's why he's headed to K-State.
Devin DeRose with the extra point. It splits the uprights, and it's a 14-7 ball game. As just over 5 minutes to play before Hy-Vee at the half. What a run here.
Yeah, so Mosey sets up this drive with the big kickoff return and then finishes it off with the touchdown run. And you see why this kid's going to be playing at the next level next year.
Good block by Logan Muckey, the junior wide receiver that springs Mosey into the end zone.
And anytime you're going to run the football heavy from the spread, you got to make sure your guys on the outside understand that, you know, we're going to throw you the ball, but your main responsibility is to block. And see Mosey with that 25-yard touchdown run, had a 50-yard kickoff return, so get these guys right back in the game.
That combination of Mosey and Shaw got the Broncos right back in this one. A 1st round Friday night in the Missouri State playoffs in Class 6. District is loaded. Wide open field, especially when Liberty North is the #1 seed and the #8 seed is Lee Summit West. That's how tough this district is.
Well, we did that Liberty North game earlier, and we saw how tough that Liberty North defense was.
Okay, we're going to split Iowa action. Round. Hold on. HCV, play over your legs out.
With the touchback, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20, but as far as the 8 teams in this district, the combined record is 47 and 25. So, I mean, even the 8th seed has a 4 and 5 record. Usually you get like a 1 and 8 team in the 8th seed. Not this one. Wide open receiver. And across the 40 up to midfield. And a big play. Weston Ropp, the junior wide receiver. I think they forgot to cover him there, Johnny. He was wide open.
Yeah, good play action here by Holly, and just gets that ball out as quick as he can. Big gain there to get that ball on the other side of the field.
Well, that's a quick 30. Weston Ropp with his 7th catch of the year. Motion by Grimm. Holly setting up the screen, and Shanklin only has one good hand. He can't bring it in. Once again, his left hand is broken. You see that big cast on it.
And you see when Luke Grimm goes into motion, and he grabs the attention of all those North defenders, and it almost looked like he was a decoy going across the middle of the field. Good play call, and you just feel for Shanklin right there with only one hand. And that kid's toughing it out. He's out there fighting as much as he can and wishes he had that one back. And I'm sure when they sent him out there, they said, well, the last person who they think is going to catch a pass is Shanklin with that cast on his hand. And sure enough, they tried to get the screen to him right there.
And flags down. And some early movement by Ray Peck in their offense. Cost them 5 yards.
False start against the Panthers. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd and 15.
I think it was the slot receiver. Wasn't sure if he was going to go in motion or. It would have been okay if he would have got set, but he's got to stay set for a full second. And snap came before that happened, so don't force that 5-yard penalty.
2nd down and long. Holly in trouble, gets away, and the big guy gets it across midfield to the 48-yard line, where he is taken down by Joe Thomas.
We've seen this Lee Summit North defensive front doing a good job of getting some pressure. Holly just kind of weaves his way around and then does what every head coach wants their quarterback to do, not take the big hit and get down to the ground as quick as you can and pick up whatever yards, putting them in a manageable 3rd and 8 situation here.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be sacked, no question about it. He dodges the D lineman and gets 7 yards, leaving him at 3rd and 8. Holly throwing to the sideline. Pass is caught by Grimm for a 1st down inside the 40. This guy has some sticky hands. Luke Grimm for Ray Peck.
That's the 2nd 3rd down catch for Luke Grimm, picking up the 1st down again. So he's the guy they're going to look for when they need the big play. But going back to that Holly run to make it a more manageable situation, that's what those QBs do. They do those distraction drills where you got the quarterback coach throwing bags at him and trying to hit him with those noodles and all that jazz. So Holly did a good job of keeping his eyes downfield and being able to put his team in a situation to pick up that 3rd down.
You got 10 on 3rd down and 8, so 1st and 10 for the Panthers. As getting away is Shanklin for a moment. He's still going to be tackled for a loss. As finishing him off was Thomas. I think it was Cole back there that made the initial contact. Shanklin frustrated.
Loss of 5. It'll be 2nd and 15.
No, it was Adrian Block who had the first contact.
Block and McGee are doing a good job of getting in the backfield. Right there, they got to do a better job of bringing him down, but Block did enough to slow him down and allowing his teammates to get there and finish off that tackle for loss.
Again, second down and long. Holly floats one up there and too tall, incomplete. And that was Peyton Ball.
Incomplete.
Looked like he was trying to lobby for a penalty, and no flags are down.
Yeah, and I'm glad they didn't throw a flag. Both guys going up for the ball there. It's a tough play for the defensive back. But you see Ball do a good job of trying to get the referee to throw the flag. But
Thomas had the coverage.
Ray Peck will be in a 3rd and long situation here. Still plenty of time on the clock here. So if you're Lee Summit North, you're looking to get off the field.
And the blitz is coming. Holly got through the first wave, but the second wave got him for the sack. Back near the 48-yard line, and Jerron Cole, who's now got 11 sacks. He leads the state of Missouri in sacks, adding to that total.
Look like Cole and Block in the backfield. And again, not really allowing Holly to get his feet set and keep his eyes downfield. He's got to focus on those guys coming at him. And you know those big guys want to get a strip sack, so Holly does a good job of protecting the football and just getting to the ground.
4th and 20.
We've seen Ray Peck's punt team pin Lee Summit North back.
Sappington, shortstop. Baseball diamond, able to collect that one and send it down the field to the 21-yard line. It'll be short kick, only about 22 yards. And ball back to Lee Summit North, and then I kind of think momentum on the side of the visitors right now as they get some points before halftime. This should be an interesting second half. Watch this snap here as Sappington, like I said, had to field a hot shot at short.
And again, that's a good job by the punter, not going down and putting the knee on the ground, bending those knees and doing the athletic thing where sometimes those punters, they just drop on that football and take the loss.
Quarterback keeps it on the read option. Here's Perkins. Flag is down. He's across the 25. Looks like holding coming up on North.
Well, he got held that time.
That'll be a 10-yard penalty. That'll back it up to the 11-yard line.
And the right tackle's just got to do a better job of getting his footwork down to kind of swing his body to the outside shoulder there. And that's a tough block as it is, but I'm sure those coaches have worked on that, trying to attack the outside shoulder. And
so 1st and 20. Perkins handing it off.
Take the ball.
Not much doing. Ray Peck was ready for that delayed handoff. As Parker Bowen.
Tackle made by number 33, Parker Bowen.
so Ray Peck still has 2 timeouts left, so I'm assuming if
Gain of 2, it'll be 2nd and
Lee Summit North doesn't get a big gain here, that they'll use one of those timeouts. Let's see if they can't get decent field position here if they do get a 3 and out.
Second down and long. Perkins down the field, overshoots his man.
Perkins pass intended for Shaw is incomplete.
They were targeting Miles Shaw out of the backfield, a little wheel route action. And the wind kind of carried that pass too long. It'll be 3rd down and long, facing North deep in their own territory, down by a touchdown. They've turned the ball over twice. They're -2 in the turnover department. One of them was a pick 6. So all things considered, Johnny, I don't think they should think too badly of their lot in this game.
No, I think if they can go in the half, only down 7, You know, there's a lot of positive talk in that locker room, just like you said. Almost putting yourself out of the game in the first quarter, but at least Summit North defense has done a really good job of keeping Ray-Pac out of the end zone.
Timeout, Lee Summit North. And that is it for timeouts in the first half for the Broncos.
Hey, be ready for deep scissors. All right, out and up.
Other games in this district tonight. We mentioned that Liberty North is the #1 seed. They're going to play the 8th seed, Lee Summit West. 2 seed is Park Hill. They're taking on Liberty. This is the 3-6 matchup, the 4-5 matchup. Rockhurst, Lee Summit at Rockhurst as Tony Severino. The Tony Severino watch is on right now. So the next ball game that he coaches in, if they were to lose, that would be it for that illustrious career. We'll have more playoff action for you coming up next week. Not going to name a game because we want to see what the matchups are. Could be Kansas, could be Missouri, but we'll try to get the best possible matchup for you after the timeout. 3rd down and 18. Perkins passing and the ball deflected away nicely. Graham Sutherland, the Mike linebacker, got his left hand on it and knocked it away, incomplete.
Yeah, and you heard in the huddle there, those Ray-Pac coaches didn't want to get beat deep, kind of playing the first down marker, everything in front of you. And well, that's a tough pickup for Lee Summit North, but if you're Ray-Pac, you were able to hold on to 2 of those timeouts. So if you can get good field position here, you feel pretty good putting points on the board before you get into halftime.
So DeRose just inside the goal line to punt it away. He averages 37.6 yards per punt. He'll have the wind at his back. Good snap. And this one off the side of his foot as well. Not much of a roll. Yes. He'll get out near the 46-yard line.
Is out of bounds at the Bronco 46-yard line, 1st and 10 Panthers.
It ends up being a 36-yard punt, but it didn't look like he got all of that one. It kind of a little bit off the side of his foot with the roll. He'll take over at the 46.
Yeah, and that fortunate roll picked him up about 15 more yards.
The old field turf roll.
You gotta love it as a punter. But Ray-Pac's still gonna have good starting field position here.
And 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Trying to add to a 14-7 lead before halftime. Holly throwing and one hopping it to Grimm, incomplete.
You get the clock stoppage there with the incomplete pass. I haven't seen Holly have too many bad passes tonight. Looks like he just came up short there. Again, if you're that Lee Summit North defense, you want to know where number 2 is on the field at all times.
Grimm motions out of the backfield. Holly stepping up, throwing down the field, and making the catch is Grimm with the cutback. Still on his feet, dodging more tackles. And he's just outside the 10-yard line, near the 12-yard line. Luke Grimm, big-time player, big-time wideout for Ray-Pac.
And just kind of see him circle all the way back around from his motion. Ends up catching that ball in the middle of the field. As we've seen tonight, he does a good job of not letting those guys get a big hit on him. You see his moves in open space, and now he's able to go on and play at the next level next year as his ball skills, but also his ability to beat those guys in open space, pick up those big yards.
Well, he lined up in the backfield, and so that's a
It's like a halfback
cover, yeah.
angle route, but like I said, you know, when he's on the field, you got to make sure you've got 2 or 3 guys spying him, and Holly does a good job of moving up in the pocket, but keeping his eyes downfield and finding Grimm, and Grimm does the rest. But
34 yards on the play.
we give a lot of credit to Holly for staying with the play and finding Grimm on that side of the field. kind of worked his way on that motion to the right side, then ended up back on the left side.
Well, they're in field goal range, but their kicker Sappington has missed a PAT, and he's also missed a 21-yarder. So.
Out of the timeout, it's 1st and 10 Panthers. Out to Bronco 11.
Now you got Grimm on the top of the screen here.
So in the red zone from the 11, 1st and 10. There's Shanklin up the middle. Tackle from behind by Raheem Fisher.
And I don't think if Fisher gets him,
he might have squirted into the end zone.
Yeah, and you saw Hawley thinking that Shanklin was going to get all the way there, but Fisher does a good job.
Second down pass is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Ray Peck. That is Gabe Sappington. We talked about Gabe struggling as a kicker. Nice catch just inside the goal line, adding 6 to the board for Ray Peck. Good throw, good catch by Sappington.
Yeah, and Sappington just uses his big old body there to kind of shield the defender and does a good job of catching the ball at its highest point. Hawley with a good throw. Again, I've been impressed by what he's done tonight. Looks like he's got a good set of skill players on his side of the ball.
Gabe has to stay out there and tack on the extra point. Hooks it just inside the left upright. And it's 21-7. Ray Peck.
Kicked that one out of the stadium. We see here Hawley extending that play, finding his go-to guy, Grimm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys missed the tackle, and then Hawley finds his guy right there for his second touchdown pass of the game, giving Ray Peck that 2-touchdown lead. In just 4 plays, 46 yards. It took 38 seconds off the play clock, so they burned one of those timeouts, but I don't think that's going to matter as East Summit North probably just take this into half.
The Broncos, Gabe Sappington set to kick for the Panthers.
Unless we get a big return again from Mosey, which we've seen that happen before. But if he kicks that extra point, like if he kicks his kickoff like he kicks that extra point, this ball's going out of the end zone.
Yeah, he seemed angry on that PAT, like frustrating kicking night was going to be taken out on the pigskin, and he did. This will be fielded by one of the up men. That's Miles Shaw. He's a dangerous turn man. He'll take it to the 30.
That's a good guy to have as your up back.
Yep.
Tackle made by Dalton Riddle. It'll be 1st and 10 Broncos in their own 30.
Coming up, Hy-Vee at the half. Numbers and highlights brought to you by your employee-owned Hy-Vee stores. There's a helpful smile in every aisle. Good to be here in Peculiar, Missouri. Ray Peck High School, Panther Stadium. Playoff football, the Class 6 District number 4. Looks like Perkins will just take a knee and they'll take it into half, down by 2 touchdowns.
And that'll be the end of the first half.
2 turnovers by North. One ended up being a pick 6.
Stay tuned for your halftime entertainment.
Panthers looking good here at home, leading 21-7 in their first round district game in the 3-6 matchup. And we're coming back with Hy-Vee at the half. Stay tuned, you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports. Welcome back to Hy-Vee at the half with the Ray Peck Panthers leading the Lee Summit North Broncos 21-7 in the 3-6 matchup. First round district play. Time now to get to you the Hy-Vee first half highlights in this one. Johnny, it started off with a big defensive play.
Yeah, Perkins not looking the defensive back guy off, and our D2 does a good job of jumping that route, starting the scoring going early. And then you see right here, Mosey doing a good job of getting outside, picking up big chunky yards. But that drive ended up in a missed field goal. And you see this Lee Summit North defense. They've only given up 2 scores. They've done a good job keeping their team in the game. Right there again, you see the second pick for this Ray-Pec defense. And again, happens inside the 20-yard line. That sets up this big touchdown pass to Miller, Tucker Miller, who does a good job keeping his concentration, hauling that ball in. But on that next drive, Mosey does a good job with the kickoff return, setting him up at midfield, and then finishes off the drive, that 25-yard touchdown run to put North on the board. And you see Holly working his magic here, finding his tight end. And right here he finds Luke Grimm, who's all over the field in that first half. He sets up the third and final touchdown of the half here. This big wide receiver, and 21-7's the score at half. And I think both defenses did a good job. Ray-Pec kind of got that passing game established, but we'll see if Lee Summit North can keep their ground game going. That kind of kept them in the game, and more importantly, it kept their defense off. But you see the 7 penalties for 40 yards for Lee Summit North. That's something that I'm sure the coaches are talking to their guys about in the locker room is, you know, we could be out of this game, but, you know, we fought like heck to stay in it, so we got to come out in the second half and get a big play on our end.
Halftime score, 21-7, Ray-Pec leading. First round district play as you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week right here on Spectrum Sports. Tonight's game brought to you by Concord Career College. You can start your healthcare career in months, not years. To find out more, visit concord.edu. Halftime score, Ray-Pec leading at Lee Summit North 21-7. Teams out of the locker room getting stretched out for the start of the second half. Once again, this is a playoff game, so if you lose tonight, your season will end. Some big defensive plays by the home team kind of got them off to the good start in this one, Johnny.
Yeah, and I thought both defenses played really well. Ray-Pec just came up with the 2 big plays, and obviously none bigger than that one as it started the scoring off for the game. And, you know, you see this one again inside the 20-yard line, and Hembry, again, looks very similar to the first one, just jumps the route. Does a good job of securing that football. Setting up that short touchdown drive for Ray-Pec for the 3rd score of the game.
There's Jack Ardito, the free safety. And Gavin Embry had the second interception. That was his second of the season. He's the outside linebacker, so they had the big plays. They have a 14-point lead. Remember, it was 28-7 in week 8. And then we saw Lee Summit North come back, but end up losing 35-23. A couple of interceptions by Perkins in the first half. He now has 6 on the year. Need him to be accurate is what they said. Have success tonight.
Yeah, if you take away those 2 picks, I mean, this is an even game. So I'm sure that's what Coach Mosey was talking to his guys about in that locker room is, you know, we're still in this game. We just have to come up with the big play on defense or special teams, and we're right back into it.
Referees getting set for the 3rd quarter as Coach Mosey on the sidelines.
Ray-Pec will receive the kickoff here. Lee Summit North will be kicking with the wind, so this should end up in the end zone if these kickers with the wind have done a good job putting that ball out of play. But if it stays in play, Luke Grimm's going to get a chance to bring it out. We've seen his athletic ability, and he's just one play away from breaking a big return here.
Evan DeRose has it on the tee as deep back will be Grimm and Ardito. Start of the second half. And this will get into the end zone for a touchback as Holly in the offense back out on the field. Holly, a couple of touchdown passes. He now has 16 on the year. He's done a good job of avoiding the rush, too, and keeping the play alive. I mean, he's a big guy, 6'5", 200-pound junior quarterback.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with his pocket presence and his ability to keep his eyes downfield. You know, the one thing that sticks out the most is, you know, even when they're getting pressure in his face, he's making the right decisions. If he needs to take a sack, he takes a sack, but he's done a good job of avoiding that pressure and picking up positive yards.
Grimm in the backfield. And he'll catch it out of the backfield. Grimm up the field right near the 30-yard line before he's run out by Keenan Gaskin. Looks like he's going to be just a little bit shy of the first down. They want to get this guy as many touches as possible. Number 2 in black for Ray Peck. Luke Grimm headed to KU. They'll use him as a running back, wide receiver. Ask in Lawrence how they're going to use him. He may play defensive back, I'm told. It's not a guarantee that he's a wide receiver for Les Miles and the Jayhawks.
Well, and he seems like a guy, wherever they put him, he's going to excel. And, you know, that's the ultimate team player right there.
Second down and short. And Fager, the junior tailback, also plays baseball. And he's just the power guy. And he runs for a short gain and a first down. He averages 4.1 yards per carry. He has 4 touchdowns on the year. This is their double slot. This is their old offense. They've morphed to more of a spread team, but bringing back the old double wings. Pitch it out to Fager, and good blocking on the edge, and he'll have a first down. So he is out near the 46-yard line, and a 14-yard run by Fager.
Yeah, good job up front by the Ray Peck offensive lineman. Allowing Fager to get around the corner, and again, you see the guys on the perimeter. Luke Grimm and company doing a good job of allowing the running backs to spring those big runs and pick up those extra yards.
Fager again. Fager breaking a tackle. Fager with another first down as he's inside the 45, near the 41-yard line. As they're picking up chunks right now.
And he's got some pretty good speed right here. As you see Fager just kind of follow those lead blockers up the front. Does a good job of bouncing off that contact. Again, picking up big yards. See if this Lee Summit North defense will put their cleats in the ground and get a stop here.
Quick pass, and Grimm can't hold on. Incomplete. Coverage by Zamar Turner for Lee Summit North.
Grimm, the intended receiver.
Good coverage down the field by North.
Number 25, Jamar Turner.
Quick throw by Holly.
Coverage, it'll be 2nd and 10 for
good job
the
there.
in the Bronco 41.
Closing down. Not sure Luke Grimm gets very nervous about hearing footsteps, but right there it just looked like he tried to make that move a little bit too soon, but I'm sure they'll go back to him here shortly.
Play action, quarterback in trouble, and Cole gets another sack. He's got 12 now. And we mentioned he was a state leader in that category, and there you see why. The outside backer taking down the quarterback.
It was almost like he's unblocked there.
Loss of 9
If there's a guy on the team you got to make sure you put a hat on, it's him. He's done a good job of disrupting this Ray-Pac offense. Kind of felt Ray-Pac had some momentum working down the field. And one play right there just kind of kills the drive, forcing a third and about 18 yards.
Coach Cruz's team facing the third down and long from midfield. Holly to Grimm. Grimm not going to get away. He'll get 5 yards on the play to the 45, and fourth down facing Ray-Pac.
And Grimm just on the shallow route. It's on the other side of the line, and Holly does a good job of throwing it, but that Lee Summit North defense, they were playing everything in front. They were going to allow the short catches and just make sure that they didn't give up the big play there. Force Ray-Pac into a punting situation. We punt into a little bit of wind here. We'll see if that has a factor on this punt.
Davis, the deep man. Sappington, low runner down the field. And it trickles inside the 15 near the 13-yard line.
Yeah, it's not pretty, but it's
yards.
Yeah, and it's not pretty, but it's effective. And
yeah, it worked.
We've seen his punts force Lee Summit North starting inside their own 20 a couple times, inside their own 1-yard line in that first quarter. So Sappington's doing a good job of flipping the field when needed. Even though that doesn't turn into points, you're forcing a team to drive 88 yards down the field for a score.
Mosey. And he's taken down. Nice tackle there by Dominic Taibbi. Defensive tackle for Ray-Pac.
We saw Lee Summit North get that ground game going in the first half. And you're only down 2 scores, so you can stick with it. You know, these Shaw and Mosey have the chance of breaking a big run. Keep an eye on Jaden Moore here down at the bottom of your screen.
Quick pass to the sideline. Tackle is missed, and the receiver able to make the catch and turn up the field. As that is Logan Muckey, their leading receiver as far as catches and yardage. And he gets a first down catch here.
And he just kind of gets tripped up there, or else that could have been a big play. But good job by Muckey securing the catch. Sutherland there picking up the tackle, saving that big gain. But Lee Summit North able to pick up a first down and give themselves a little bit of room from their end zone.
Got 13 yards on that catch and run by Logan Muckey, turning starter. And Christian Carter last year is their quarterback. He's at Pitt State now, and this delayed handoff does not fool the Ray-Pac defense. As Embry there, and also Sutherland. Sutherland, a Division II prospect, her leading tackler.
Good-looking kid, too. You see Sutherland do a good job of just kind of keeping an eye on that running back, not committing too soon, because we've seen these running backs do a good job of staying patient and then hitting the hole, but Sutherland does a good job there of closing it up, making the tackle.
Good penetration by Shuey, kind of limiting his options as far as running room and funneling him to the linebackers. Here's Perkins throwing and blocked the tight end with the catch. Hit twice. Ardito running him out of bounds across the 35 near the 36-yard line. Gain of 7 yards by Adrian Block.
Block's got a couple catches today, and you see why. He does a good job of finding the open space, going to get the football. Knows he's going to take a little bit of a hit and does a good job of bouncing off that. Came up a little bit short of the first down, but gave his team a manageable third and situation here. And if you're Lee Summit North, these are the types of third downs you got to pick up.
3rd down and 3. Running play. Miles Shaw, first down. He dives ahead near the 40-yard line.
Again, that just shows the confidence in this running game. 3rd and 4, just handing it off to Shaw and letting him do the rest. Good job up front by those big guys, sealing the edge. Then Shaw does the rest. even falling forward, making sure that he gets that first down, picking up 2 or 3 extra yards there. And again, that's a big pickup on 3rd down for Lee Summit North, keeping this drive going. Again, if they can move the ball down the field here, they're going to put themselves right back into this football game.
Empty set for Perkins. Blitz coming and finds Moore. Nifty move before finally tripped up on the play. As Ardito, the safety man, making a nice open field stop and limited the play to only a gain of 2.
Well, and you see the pressure here forces Perkins to throw the ball off his back foot and doesn't really get the zip behind it. And Jaden Moore kind of has to sit there and wait a little bit longer, and that allowed the Ray-Pec defensive backs to come up and make a play. But good play call, good play design. Just got to make sure if you're Perkins, you put a little bit more on that.
Mosey surrounded by black jerseys, and he'll be thrown for a loss. How about Ethan George, the junior, their sack leader. Big number 99 had some help.
You see Ethan George just setting that edge. And Hembry as well, he's right there for the tackle, so he's got a big tackle, he's got the interception, but Ethan George has done a good job on his side of the field, making sure that he's forcing those running backs upfield rather than allowing them to get the edge.
3rd down and long, 3rd down and 11. Perkins stepping up and going to be taken down. And how about Ethan George getting his 7th sack of the year as he leads the Panthers in that category and forcing a 4th down and a punting situation now for North.
He's an easy guy to see on the field with that hair, so you know when he makes a play because sticks out, but does a good job of circling back around and not allowing Perkins to get downfield in that scramble drill. But good job by Ray-Pec in the defensive backfield, not allowing their guys to get open.
Perkins will punt instead of DeRose. Fair catch called for and taken at the 27 by Grimm. It'll be a 28-yard punt, no return, and Panthers will get it back on offense, leading 21-7. Got off to the great start with the pick 6 in the first quarter. Added a couple of Holly touchdown passes to Miller and Sappington. This was a team last year, Johnny, that struggled. They were only 3-7, lost in the first round to Lee Summit North in their first round district game. So this would be a sweet payback. They can get it done here at home. Pitch it out. And Grimm maybe back to the line of scrimmage. As Keenan Gaskin, this guy, Johnny, has led his team in tackles his sophomore, his junior, and now his senior year. That's how good a player he's been.
They've got a lot of playmakers on that side of the ball with Gaskin and Cole and McGee. They've got some pretty good players. And this Ray-Pec offense, they're explosive. And these guys are doing a good job of containing that.
And they throw the wide receiver screen. And they'll get it out to the 35.
Takes it up to the 35-yard line.
That was Grimm.
By Gaskin and Ross.
And like you said, any way they can get the ball in Grimm's hands, they're going to do that. They're going to line him up in the backfield. The next play, they're going to line him up in the slot. They're going to run some screens. They're going to run some outs. They're going to make sure that Luke Grimm's in this offense. And he's probably one of the big reasons why they've been able to turn their season around from last year.
10 receiving touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns for Luke Grimm, first team all Suburban Gold Conference football, and headed to KU, and this running play is stuffed. And it'll be 4th down. Great job by Mark McGee, the defensive tackle for North.
We've seen McGee in the backfield a couple times, and right there, big stop on 3rd down. So you're Your offense punts the ball away, but your defense does their job and forces the quick 3 and out. And again, Ray-Peck's punting against the wind.
Deep for the Broncos.
Sappington's done a good job with his punts, but we'll see if this can lead to good field position for Lee Summit North.
Gabe Shanklin fighting a broken hand, now has a leg issue as this punt away by Sappington, end over end, trying to keep it out of the wind, and takes a nice field turf roll inside the 30-yard line. Ends up being a 39-yard punt. A lot of roll on that one. And the Lee Summit North offense back out. Still anybody's game here late in the third quarter. Broncos get some points here and cut it down to a 1-touchdown ball game. Who knows?
Well, and Sappington does a good job of kicking it away from the returner. And then he gets that fortunate roll, but I've been really impressed with how he's punted the ball. They haven't been pretty, but they've been effective. And anytime you send your punt team out on the field, that's what you're looking to do, is flip the field and give your defense a good chance to.
And this is Mosey breaking tackles. Mosey turning on the speed across the 40, wrapped up by Gunnar Griffin. And a nice run.
Gain of 15 and a first down for the Broncos.
Gain of 15, and they did say it was Ardito with the tackle here, but this is just speed to the outside, and Ardito makes a saving stop here.
Mosey does a good job of shaking off that first tackler at the line of scrimmage, and once he gets it to the second and third level, he's a tough guy to bring down, and Ardito does a good job of tracking him down, and like you just said, saving a big play right there.
He has the lone touchdown in the game, 25 yards, pass over the middle, low and incomplete, looking for Miles Shaw.
Intended for Shaw.
Parker Bowen in coverage.
Parker Bowen providing the coverage for the Panthers. 2nd and 10 for the Broncos at the 41.
Perkins looks just like came up a little bit short on that pass. Again, if they're going to get back in this game, they're going to have to get a score here shortly as we're almost into the fourth quarter.
Shaw, as they try to rip at the ball, breaking free into Ray-Peck territory, and Shaw able to secure the football and wrap up a first down for the Broncos. Looked like Tyler Shuey tried to grab at his shoulder and was able to break free, and Ardito finally escorted him to the chalk.
Shaw did a great job of tucking that ball, making sure he didn't allow that defender.
Now the ball on the field, and Mosey able to get it. Yes. There was a Panther defender right there saving the day. They're already -2 in the turnover category. Shealy was right there, and boy, if that ball takes one more hop, I think Gerald Shealy might have got a fumble recovery for Ray-Peck.
Well, Mosey does the heads-up thing and just falls on it and continues this drive. Being a second long situation here, but they definitely feel fortunate to still be on the field here with their offense.
Watch the wheel.
Hand it off. Doing there, Parker Bowen, the shoelace tackle. And only a yard gain by Shaw.
It'll be 3rd and 12.
Seth Parker, the junior Sam linebacker, having a good year. Came in with 47 total tackles. All these linebackers have had a good game. Sutherland, Bowen, Embry has the interception and number of tackles as well.
Seen really good defensive plays for both sides, and when you talk about how high-powered these offenses are these days, you got to give a lot of credit to these defensive coordinators and defensive players.
No scoring in the third quarter. A lot of good defensive plays. And Lee Summit North leads it 21-7 as we go to the fourth quarter, as you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports. Start of the fourth quarter on the Hy-Vee High School game of the week. Kevin White, Johnny Beck, and our entire Spectrum Sports crew. And a pass to the sidelines incomplete by Perkins on third down and long. As he was targeting Logan Muckey as we take a look at the scoring by quarters. Low scoring defensive struggle. And now it'll be fourth down. Facing the Bronco offense. Once again, this is a district playoff game. It's win or go home time. As we are in November. And we'll see a little pooch kick by Perkins.
Perkins is a
good job.
Good little punter right there. He's had 2 good punts.
35 yards. It goes out at the 10-yard line and pins Ray-Pec deep in their own territory.
First and 10 at their own 10.
Again, I think that's the right decision, not going for it on fourth down, even though you're on your opponent's side of the field. Your defense has been playing very well. And see if those guys can't come up with a big turnover here or big play to maybe get this offense on the north side going a little bit. See if they can't get back into the game. If you're Ray-Pec, you're just telling your guys, no stupid penalties, no turnovers, take care of the ball.
Holly to throw, finds Peyton Ball, needs a block, and breaks a tackle. Peyton Ball showing some good moves on the sideline and finally taken down after a 20-yard gain to the 30-yard line. And Peyton had a blocker, but this is a lot of number 3 doing it on his own here.
Yeah, and Bailey's out there and does a good job of not blocking a guy in the back, but almost as a distraction. And big pickup there for Ray-Pec on first down. His ball, like you just said, did most of that on his own. But of course, Holly's going to get credit for that big pass play, and rightfully so.
Going back to the double wing look. And here's Fager. He's across the 40 and should have enough for another first down.
Tripped up again by Javion Watson.
He is a junior and averages about 4.1 yards per carry, and good blocking on this play.
Yeah, Shanklin's got the broken hand, but he's still out there blocking and does a good job on the lead block there. Allowing Fager to get that, pick up that first down on a big run.
Seen Shanklin bothered by some kind of lower leg situation, but he's still out there and playing with the broken hand on his left hand. Fager again. He is all about the power and just got it out to the 48-yard line for a gain of 6 on the first down run. Keeping the clock running, running the football. That's what they want to do as far as Ray-Pec is concerned, leading by 2 touchdowns.
Well, and these big guys up front, they like it when the coach calls that double wing tee. Is, you know, they know they're going to be able to just kind of put their hand in the dirt and move forward and try and move guys around. And good job by Lofton and Baird on the right side there by Ray-Pec. And again, Shanklin with a good job with the lead block.
Much running room here as the edge was sealed for Fager. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Raheem Fisher on the tackle.
Looked like Raheem Fisher made the stop, but looked like Adrian Block kind of sealed the edge nicely, the defensive end.
Yeah, he's done a really good job on the edge, making sure that these Ray-Pec ball carries aren't getting outside. It's a guy that's playing both sides of the ball tonight. You know, you like to see that.
Also the tight end. Well put together, 6'3", 215-pound junior. There's Fager again. Finds a little crease. And gets the first down.
Fager's kind of the go-to guy on this drive. It's his 4th or 5th carry already. You see the big guys up front doing a good job of getting Fager that lane to run, picking up 10 yards on that carry.
Ragland finally got him, the outside linebacker.
Ray-Pec, they're in no hurry. They're going to let that clock run down. You see Holly taking a peek at that play clock. Wait till it gets to about 5 seconds and he gets under center.
Shanklin with running room. Shanklin taken down after a gain of 9. And again gets up hobbled. Got leg problems, hand problem. Still out there playing hard for the Panthers.
Yeah, he's not asking for anybody to come in and take his place. He's going to take his 30 seconds and walk it off and line back up.
Tough week for Coach Cruz. His mother-in-law passed away, Sharon Thorpe. So he's had to deal with that. Pass on our condolences to he and his wife Kim. Kim's mom, Sharon, passing away this week in St. Joe. Here's Shanklin. Looks like he has enough for the first down. They keep giving it to number 1, though. Kind of hobbles back to the huddle.
Well, and if you're on the Lee Summit North sideline, you know, you're telling your guys, if one has the ball, you guys are trying to hold him up and strip it. Didn't really have the use of that offhand, but, you know, again, it just shows you the toughness that Shanklin has out there, and coaches still have confidence giving him the ball.
Shanklin, a little hesitation. And jetting forward down to the 27-yard line, gain of about 4 yards on the play.
Tackle made by Zane Ragland.
Ragland the stop. This guy showing good vision. Can make you miss.
Yeah, so we've seen 3 different guys for Ray-Pec carry the ball today, and you know, that just shows you the skill set that this Ray-Pec offense has and why they're able to put up points quickly. But we've talked about this Lee Summit North defense all night. They're gritty. They're not trying to give up another score here, and these guys are going to fight all the way to the end.
Shanklin now cutting it back. Maybe a yard on this play as he is still down on the field.
Aaron Barnhill with the tackle. Raheem Fisher
he got hit hard. Several Broncos, Fisher, Barnhill, and Shanklin is not getting up this time. He's been fighting that left ankle situation and then working with a boom. Yeah, Mark McGee with the T-bone tackle there. And the trainer's out to check on Gabe Shanklin. But this is just one of those time-consuming, back-breaking drives if you're Lee Summit North. Just playing keep away with the 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, and Ray-Pec's not trying to do anything special. They're just lining up and running the football right at you. Guys up front are just doing a good job. And, you know, you think about how many snaps this Lee Summit North defense has been on the field. You know, you wonder if a little bit of fatigue setting in, you know, as we get into this fourth quarter here, and especially on a drive like this where they're just kind of running the ball right at you. It takes a lot out of you mentally and physically.
Let's take another look, and Shanklin really got hit. Watch 99 coming in from the side, and that's, oof. That's a guy 6'3", 290. Shanklin goes 5'9", $160.
Well, and it looked like they had wrapped him up around the legs, too, so you wonder if somebody kind of rolled up on his ankle or...
Looks like his right side. He's favoring his right side of one of his legs.
But they immediately take the helmet from him and probably call it a night.
Timeout will be 3rd and 5 for the Panthers at the Bronco 26.
He's holding his quad area.
It's a tough kid, though. He's out there with one arm as a running back, and I'm sure he told his coaches, "There's no way you're going to keep me out of this game," and he's shown a lot of grit tonight.
Now 3rd down and 6 for the Panther offense after the injury timeout. Fager's in the backfield as they get out of that double wide set. They go back to their spread formation. 2 receivers to the left of Holly. That's Ball and Grimm. Ball and Bailey, I should say, as the quarterback is sacked. Ron Cole and Raheem Fisher and Gaskin there as well. It's a sack party on the Ray Peck quarterback. Holly, no shot here as here they come.
Yeah, Gaskin untouched up the middle.
Yeah, Gaskin was the first guy.
Lee Summit North sending more guys than Ray Peck has to block, so got that guy that runs free, and then it's just kind of a jailbreak from there.
3rd sack of the year for Gaskin.
Again, that just shows you this Lee Summit North defense. They gave up the big drive, but not allowing Ray Peck to get in the end zone or even attempt a field goal. So see if you can't get a big return here.
Sappington. Davis on the return. And Davis breaking free. And he's finally taken down at the 40-yard line. Great return of 25 yards. Dane Davis, wide receiver turned DB in their top coverage corner, but how about this return?
Yeah, it just goes right up the middle. Gets that ball away from his body a little bit. You like to see him tuck that ball, but does a good job of just getting the yardage, not trying to do anything special. Sometimes you see those guys try and dance around, and Davis right there just gets what he can, giving his team good field position.
The pump and go, and Block was streaking down the seam there, and he is frustrated as he was open, but the quarterback just missed him.
Yeah, double move, and Perkins with the pump fake, but Ethan George was in the face of Perkins as he was throwing it, and you wonder if that had an effect on that throw. It looked like he had time to throw, and again, he's throwing the ball into the wind, so maybe he thought that he had to put a little bit more, and that ball just kind of sailed on him. But that's the play that Lee Summit North's looking to get right now to get back into this game.
2nd down and 10. Mosey. Tackled by Gerald Sheely, the defensive end, and also Ethan George.
Gerald Sheely with the tackle. Ethan George also went on the stop. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the 41.
3rd down and long facing the Broncos, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Score holds up. They'd end their season at 5-5.
I think you're in 4-down territory here with the clock. It's going to be under 4 minutes after this snap, so I don't think you have much choice other than turn this into 4-down territory from here on out.
Quick slant. And not enough for the 1st down. Mucky the catch. And we're going to still need a couple more yards for a 1st down. 4th down.
Yeah, just a quick slant route here. Mucky tries to get away from that first tackle.
Nice tackle by Gunnar Griffin.
So Lee Summit North is 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions. See if they can't pick up this 3rd one here and keep this drive going.
And early movement on the defensive line for Ray Peck. Automatic 1st down with the encroachment.
The Panthers, that'll be a 5-yard penalty and a 1st down for the Broncos.
All right, so we'll see if North can't turn this drive into some points here. They need to get in the end zone. Field goal's not going to help you very much. Got to keep an eye on that clock. You got about 3:24 left, but you still have 3 timeouts. So you're starting to get into this 4-minute offense, ticking down to almost your 2-minute offense. So these guys are going to have to pick up the tempo.
More flags before the snap.
The Broncos, that'll be a 5-yard
And that'll
penalty.
move them back
Flag
5
at the
yards.
Bronco 48 first and 15 for the
You
Broncos.
see the frustration on the Broncos sideline with Coach Mosey, a 99 Blue Springs graduate. He's a star running back. As here's Perkins with the deep ball, and the receiver coming back. Can't get there, and the flags fly. As that was Jaden Moore. Pass looked like it was dying in the wind and got knocked down. The receiver saw that and came back and then ran into the DB. And that is Martwan Grant, and he is frustrated as he's going to be penalized for pass interference.
Yeah, that's tough for the defensive back there. Is that ball's kind of floating, and you're trying to play your man, and Jaden Moore does a good job of trying to fight back to that football, and looks like him and Grant just got tangled up, but yeah, they're going to get a 15-yard pass interference here and an automatic first down. And sometimes it's unfortunate for a defensive back. It's the right call. You see right there, Jaden Moore's just trying to get back to the ball. And it's hard to tell right there. They just might have got a little bit of jersey there.
Pass to the sideline, caught by Mucky, and he'll get out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
Ran out of bounds by Gunnar Griffin.
Coverage by Gunnar Griffin.
Good job by Mucky getting out of bounds, saving those timeouts.
At the Panther 29.
Either trying to pick up a first down or get out of bounds to get that clock to stop. You're inside 3 minutes now.
Second down and short with the empty set. And again, it's Mucky, first down catch. Down near the 23-yard line. This will be a gain of 6. Mucky leads the team in catches and yardage, so he is their top wideout.
Yeah, good catch by Mucky, but he's got to spin to the outside and try and get out of bounds. That clock, he's going to take about 15 more seconds off the clock.
The pump and the throw to the sidelines, and it's caught on the sidelines as he inbounds. Yes, it is a catch. And it's Mucky again. And it'll be first and goal for North. Nice catch by Logan Mucky here.
Just a back shoulder there, and Mucky does a good job of using the sideline, kind of shielding the defender there. We saw Luke Grimm with a similar play in the first half, but good concentration there by Mucky getting the feet down, securing that ball.
15 yards, first and goal, pass to the end zone, intercepted. And a third turnover by North as Gunnar Griffin stepping in front of the intended target and takes it away. 3 interceptions thrown by North. And the Broncos denied at the doorstep here, Johnny.
Yeah, the bad snap looked like it threw the timing off, and Perkins is trying to get that ball secured and get it out of his hand, and he never really got his feet set. Again, we've seen Perkins do that a couple times tonight, throwing off the back foot. We'd like to see him step up into that throw and throw that ball where only his guy can get it. Instead, he underthrows it a little bit. And Ray-Pec, like you just said, with their 3rd interception of the night. And, it's unfortunate for Lee Summit North. They drove all the way down and gave themselves a chance to get back into this game, but no points to show for it.
4th interception of the year by Gunnar Griffin, the junior DB. And he gets the turnover chain, and he leads the team in interceptions, so that's a big play in a district game as the Broncos will take the timeout after the Ray-Pec run. Tonight's game brought to you by Hy-Vee. They're proud to support Greater Kansas City High School athletics. We're at Ray-Pec High School in Peculiar, Missouri. More playoff action next Friday night. Still to be determined, as they say. Could be Kansas, could be Missouri. We're looking at matchups. We're looking at the best game. And we will let you know on Hy-Vee High School game of the week. Some players to watch tonight. Well, the quarterback for Ray-Pec, Conrad Holly doing a good job.
Yeah, I really like how he takes this offense kind of that next level with the ability to throw the ball downfield with accuracy, but also seen him do a good job in the pocket of avoiding pressure and keeping plays alive for that Ray-Pec offense.
Let's go!
Another short run.
Broncos, that'll be their second charge time out of the half.
As we continue with the highlights of Conrad Holly.
And he knows the guys that he needs to get the ball into their hands. And you see right there, just kind of extends the play to Luke Grimm. And there's Sappington with the big touchdown catch. But like I said, I've been really impressed with Holly and his ability to throw the ball downfield, make the right decisions. You know, sometimes as a quarterback, you try and hurry things and try and force a throw maybe here or there, but Holly's taking what the defense has given him, and at least Summit North defense, they're tough. Definitely going to help him as this team moves on to that next round.
2 touchdown passes, gives him 16 for the year, only 4 INTs. And it's weird is that the 4 INTs came in one game against Park Hill. He hadn't thrown an interception in the other 8 games. They lost that game 13-10 to Park Hill. Park Hill, one of the high seeds, the 2 seed in this district. As here's Grimm trying to run it out of his own end zone and barely got out before he is grabbed by Keenan Gaskin. And they're going to have to punt on 4th down deep in their own territory. And Grimm just got it out of here.
That is the final timeout for the Broncos. Ladies and gentlemen, some upcoming events here for the Panthers.
Just trying to get to the green side there.
Get it on the green side, and we'll punt it out of here. And there's Mark Simcox, his former Park Hill South coach. He is their defensive coordinator, and boy, he loves coaching football. Talking to his guys.
Yeah, he's got to be excited about how his guys have played tonight. You know, they needed to have a big stop. They've stepped up, and you know, even though Lee Summit North just took points off the board, throwing the pick in the end zone, their defense again still giving them life here. We'll see if they send the punt block or if they're trying to set up a return here. If I was a betting man, I'm sending the house as Ray-Pec's not going to have their normal depth on the punt, as the punter's going to be lined up about a yard in front of the end line there, so you're giving yourself about 12 yards. Typically, you're about 14 or 15, so we'll see if Lee Summit North elects to send the pressure or not.
We'll see some quick kick action by Sappington. High snap, and just puts his foot into it, sending it down the field. Davis muffs it, gets it back at the 45, makes the first man miss, and gets it down to the 38-yard line, a 7-yard return.
Good job by Sappington, just getting that ball off his foot, not allowing the Lee Summit North punt team to get there, punt block team to get there, and actually almost kicked it over Davis's head. But Davis did a good job of getting that football and picking up a few yards. Again, if you're Lee Summit North, you're just looking for a big play here on offense. You still have 3 timeouts. No, you have no timeouts left.
1st and 10 pass is caught. And wisely running out of bounds is Mosey, as he's inside the 20-yard line for a 1st down catch.
As I said, they had 3 timeouts. I had 3 guys in this booth shaking their head no, so that helped me out a lot.
1st and 10, Broncos at the 19.
It's on the screen.
Yeah, it was covered up.
Oh. First down, Perkins floats it, and and it was nearly caught on the rebound, as right there was Martwan Grant for an interception, and he nearly knocked it into the hands of a Bronco that was right behind him here.
And it looked like he had Mosey on the slot. Instead, he goes all the way to Jaden Moore on the outside and it's a tough throw to make, especially, again, you're not getting your feet set, you're not getting behind that throw, and that's one Perkins wish he had back.
Martwan has to shake it off. 2nd down and 10. Say he has really improved as a player. He has 1 interception on the year. And zinging a pass in traffic, and it's caught by Mucky inside the 5. And guys were the same jerseys colliding into one another, and quickly lining up is Lee Summit North 1st and goal. But watch this. This is a lot of traffic and bodies colliding. It'll be 1st down and goal from the 3-yard line. Empty set for Perkins, rolling and throwing, and the receiver can't make the catch, Jaden Moore, but there's a flag down. Could have some end zone pass interference on Martwan Grant.
It's hard to tell what happened on that play before. Seems like everybody was upset from something that happened at the line of scrimmage, but
It'll be 1st and goal from the 1.5-yard line.
As Grant was holding on to the receiver there. That was Jaden Moore. Flag is down half the distance, so move it inside the 2 at the 1.5. Perkins throwing middle, incomplete. That was intended for Keon Mosey, who's a little shaken up.
Gavin Hembry.
yeah, it's hard to tell what happened there over the middle. It looked like there were about 3 or 4 black jerseys surrounding him, and Ken Perkins just trying to find that end zone, trying to find the guy that can get a little bit of separation. And again, if you can get this ball into the end zone, give your team a chance to maybe recover an onside kick, but you got to score a touchdown here first.
Going Wildcat with Shaw and Mosey in the backfield. Perkins on the sidelines. 2nd down and goal. Give it off to Shaw. Shaw going to be thrown for a big loss. As what a play by the defense as Hilzebeck was there.
Ethan George was there.
He had a lot of guys back there. As Shaw just kept going backwards, and he's tackled back at the 17-yard line. A loss of 15 on the play.
Yeah, it looks like Luke Grimm's the one who gets back there as well.
Grimm playing a little defense. And now on 3rd down and goal, they'll throw to the end zone. Oh, Mucky got his hands on it but couldn't reel it in. Incomplete. Gunnar Griffin had the coverage, and a nice attempt by Logan Mucky. But it'll be 4th and goal back at the 17-yard line.
Good throw by Perkins. Throws the ball up for his guy to get, and Mucky had it there for a second, but good job by the defensive back getting his hand in there, knocking it down. And that's Griffin who just had the interception. Keep an eye on number 5. You got to find your big tight end block.
Here's your ball game. Perkins to the middle of the field. Block. Can't hang on, but his teammate Shaw does in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Lee Summit North. A fortuitous rebound bounce from block to Shaw. Touchdown, Broncos.
I was wondering why they haven't gone to block. He's your biggest guy. He can kind of use his body, and right there you see him do a good job. And fortunate enough for Lee Summit North, that ball gets batted around, and Shaw does a good job of keeping his eye on the ball and staying in bounds, hauling it in, and that's the big play you needed if you're Lee Summit North.
And flags as DeRose attempts the point after touchdown.
Ball starts against the Broncos.
This will be on Lee Summit North. So they'll move him back, and DeRose
Extra point will now be a
trying to make it 21-14. About 30 seconds left. And he's going to have to gear up for a big onside kick. It is up and good. He continues to be perfect on extra points. And now now we'll see a onside kick coming up from the Broncos, but this ball bounces right as blocked.
Yeah, Block does a good job of
Block
going
had
up.
2 chances to catch this ball, looks like. Right there, and then sends it right to his teammate in the back of the end zone.
Sometimes it's good to be a little bit lucky, and we're going to be able to get an onside kick here. We'll see what Lee Summit North has up their sleeve here if they got any trick plays. But 8 plays there, 38 yards. Again, that's that touchdown that Lee Summit North's been looking for in this second half, is their defense has done a good job keeping them in the game. And it's going to make this kick very interesting here.
Hands team out for the
Panthers.
Lee Summit North Broncos, the Ray-Pec Panthers, as DeRose will take a long run at this onside kick. This is kind of interesting, Johnny.
Trying not to give away which side he's going to. That's a great kick.
It's taken by Hudson Bailey, a wide receiver, and he just sits down right there at the 46. It'll be Ray-Pec football, as you had the hands team, wide receivers, running backs, and Hudson Bailey is a wide receiver, and he did the wise thing, caught it, and sat right down on his wallet.
Yeah, so good onside kick right there.
It was.
And then Luke Grimm does a good job of not trying to field that. That's a tough one to field, and then Bailey does a good job of securing that. Knows he's going to take a couple hits and kind of secures that ball and goes down. But again, good job by Grimm up front, not trying to field that big hop there and allowing his teammate to get that ball.
Victory formation now for the Panthers, who will go to 8-2 and advance on in the Missouri Class 6 District 4. Season ends for Lee Summit North at 5-5 as Tom Cruise gets the season sweep over Lee Summit North, winning 35-23 in the regular season and now 21-14 in district play. So the 3 seed will advance in the Class 6 District 4. Final score once again, 21-14. Ray-Pec defeating Lee Summit North. We'll get back with your Hy-Vee postgame right after this. As they win it 21-14, and I can't help but mention 3 turnovers by Lee Summit North, and one of them was a pick 6. That could have been the difference in the game.
Yeah, and you know, this Ray-Pec offense, they're a force, but it was on the defensive side tonight. You know, give a lot of credit to Lee Summit North. Their defense really stuck with it, and the offense putting that ball into the end zone just came up a little bit short, but I thought both teams played really well. Just kind of came down to turnovers. Look out for this Ray-Pec team. If they can play defense the way they did tonight, we know this offense can put points on the board. Special thanks to the school's athletic directors, Mike McGurk of North, Tom Cruise of Ray-Pec. Thanks to our coaches, Jamar Mosey, Tom Cruise. Our producer, Joe Novacek. For Johnny Beck and our entire Spectrum Sports broadcasting crew, this is Kevin White saying so long from Panther Stadium. Our final once again, 21-14, the 3 seed over the 6 seed. Ray-Pec moving on in the Missouri State playoffs as we say goodnight from Raymore Peculiar High School.